I've been investing in all markets for over 10 years, and I've been investing in trading cards for 5+ years at this point. But recently this year, I've been much heavier investing in trading cards. And this year alone, I've invested over $50,000 in trading cards. And in this video, I want to speak about why it can play such a big part in your wealth building journey and why it should make up a portion of your overall portfolio, and how diversification into things like collectibles and trading cards can be a game changer in terms of building wealth. Let's talk about it. So firstly, I've invested a lot this year in trading cards. A lot. I've invested roughly $50,000 so far this year, and I'm enjoying it. It's playing out pretty well so far. I'll get into the different reasons and the different kind of benefits, pros and cons of investing in things like trading cards and collectibles. But it was just last week I purchased a 101 trading card, so it was a WWE card. I purchased it for $1,200, and 2 days later on Instagram, this American account posted up this card, the card that I bought, saying, "Who bought this card? I'll give you $2,600 for it." So within the space of 2 days, I'd made over 100% if I wanted to sell. But I didn't sell. I don't want to sell that card. I want to keep it. I'm just investing right now because the market is hot. But what I've been investing in, and this goes for my investing philosophy everywhere, is I invest in things that I like. So I've been investing in trading cards since 2021, and what I was buying then was things like Pokemon cards, and it had to be ones that I was interested in or I liked. I wouldn't just buy them because of the hype. This year, 2026, I've been buying more WWE, WWF, wrestling industry things because that's what I like. That's what I'm kind of knowledgeable on. I've been buying up these WWE 101 cards because I feel they're undervalued. Just recently, there was a card, just to show you the kind of magnitude of this and how much the market is really exploding in the kind of sports card world. There's a card, Randy Orton card, 101, and just a couple of weeks ago, it sold for $40,000. There's Hulk Hogan cards selling for $50,000. There's the Rock and Stone Cold cards selling for $160,000. These cards are just starting, basically, because if you look into the basketball space or American football or these other American sports, cards are selling for millions per card. The highest ever WWE card is 160k, 200k, well, publicly anyway. The Randy Orton card that sold was a WrestleMania 101 event patch, but there's also a John Cena event used patch, so maybe that will go for $1 million, maybe it'll go for $500,000, and then the WWE cards will break into the $1 million range. So yeah, that's what I've been investing in. And I would say that the WWE cards is much more risky. So if you're not interested in WWE, don't buy them. But as I say, like, my philosophy is always to buy what I like. In 2021, I liked the Pokemon stuff. I bought the Pokemon stuff that I liked when I was a kid because I liked it. And if the price of Pokemon crashed, I don't mind because I've bought something that I like. That's always been my philosophy. So the WWE stuff, I'm not buying it to make money off it next week. I'm buying it because I like it, with the hope, obviously, that over the long term it goes up in value. And the reason that it will go up in value over a long enough time period is the same thing that I'll say on this channel that I've said on all of my communication over the last 6-7 years posting online, is the reason that any asset in the world goes up in value is because of the money system, it's because of inflation, it's because of quantitative easing. That's the reason why, because the more money they print, the higher the price of the asset goes. That's just simple dynamics, market dynamics, simple economics. The more money there is in the world, the higher the price of all assets go. So yeah, I've been buying a lot recently. The other things that I invest in, crypto and stocks. I haven't been buying stocks recently because stocks are just far too risky right now, in my opinion. And you could say, what do you mean you're buying WWE cards? I know, but they are more limited than stocks. Companies worldwide right now are being obliterated by AI. and companies are going bust overnight. Companies are laying off thousands of workers overnight. So the stock market is too risky in my opinion right now to invest in. I'm investing in crypto and I'm investing in trading cards. The thing with trading cards is they're much more enjoyable, and yeah, it's much more enjoyable. So if you have, let's say you're all in on stocks and you don't have any allocation to crypto and you don't have any allocation to trading cards or you don't have any allocation to real estate, you're all in on the one industry. For me, and it's just a fact, the best thing for wealth building, for building true wealth and being secure in your finances is diversification. Because when I started to make a lot of money in 2020 from investing in crypto, the first thing I did was start diversifying and buying up these different random assets and diversifying. It's king, it is key. Personally, I don't think there is a better way to diversify than into things like trading cards and collectibles. Now, it does come with negatives, obviously. The negatives is liquidity. So if you buy trading cards, the liquidity is few and far between. The beauty with crypto, you can buy crypto and there's liquidity to sell it tomorrow. With trading cards, you could be sitting on a trading card for years that you're trying to sell. There's some trading cards I've been watching on eBay for literally years at this point and they still sit there. So the liquidity is the negative in trading cards. But other than that, I don't see any negatives on trading cards personally, because if you know what you're buying, if you're buying the right things, for me, I buy who I like, and then the justification I can have is, right, if I buy this now, in 5 years' time, with inflation, will I get my money back, or will I get a bit of profit on it, or will I make 10 times my money in that time? And more often than not, I'll either definitely have at least my money back or I'll make money on it. So I don't see a way that you lose in that aspect if you're buying the right things. The same with Pokemon, like take any kind of trading card game or whatever, like buy what you like. It was last year, I'm sure it was after the October crypto crash, I bought a Messi card and I paid, it was $12,000 for this Messi card. And maybe I can sell it now for 12k, maybe I can sell it for 10. But if I keep that another 5 years, I can sell it for 50k, 60k, 100k, who knows what I can sell it for then. So for me, the way I see it is, I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to spend the money either way. The money's getting spent. So rather than buying, I don't buy fancy clothes. I buy nice clothes, but I don't buy designer, like really expensive designer clothes. I think that's a waste personally. So I would rather than spend $1,500 on a designer t-shirt, I would rather spend $1,500 and buy a trading card. It gives me joy and it's an investment. So I'm just editing this video and I think I missed a really important bit of context with the whole collectibles and trading cards thing. And it's that we're in this digital age. We have been for a long time now, where everything's going digital. Your money's going digital, your banking's digital, stocks, your shares, everything is digital. Go paperless for your statements. Everything is moving into a digital world, and for the last 10, 15, 20 years, that was a good thing and people were happy with that. But what I've found for me personally, and I know that a lot of other people are feeling this as well, I feel as humans we're being drawn back to physical things, and there's something to be said about having a physical asset. Like if you've got stocks, shares, crypto, whatever it is, it's digital, it's fugazi, it doesn't exist. You can't touch it, it's not tangible. But there's something that connects with this to the human soul that is physical, you can touch it. There's something to be said in that, and I feel as we continue to go deeper into a digital world, that this is where things like physical assets will accelerate. People are drawn towards these things as natural human beings. So yeah, I think it's important context that I never mentioned in this video is the fact that it is physical and you can touch it. It brings joy. Like I enjoy the crypto or the stocks that I hold that I can make money off, but these are physical. There's more to this, and there's more human connection, there's more human psychology with physical items. That's why on eBay, like if you've ever bought anything on an auction or any sort of collectible or trading cards, there's a feeling you get when there's a card you want or something you want. You end up bidding way more than you should because you just want it. There's a feeling deep inside, and you don't get that with anything else, but you do get it with physical collectibles. There's something deeper in this than there is in stocks. Let's get back to the video. Trading cards are a thing, and they're only for specific people. What I seen in 2021 when I was buying Pokemon cards, other guys spoke to me like, oh, I want to buy Pokemon cards, they're flying right now. They never liked Pokemon, they were just buying it to try and make a quick buck. You should not do that. If you're not interested in cards, if you're not interested in football, basketball, whatever trading card you're buying, if you're not interested in that fundamentally, do not buy it. I don't know, buy other things like people flip trainers, or you can get these flipper groups where they'll buy stuff at retail and then sell it on eBay. Do something like that. Don't invest in trading cards to try flip it and make a quick buck. The thing I'm talking about is for building wealth. This is wealth building for me. This isn't to make a quick buck. Like I said, I could make over 100% on that 101 card that I bought last week, and I'm not doing it because I like that card and I want to buy it and I want to keep that card. I'll sell that card for $10,000, $20,000 one day because it's a 101. Yeah, I think if you are a guy who's making decent money, everybody likes to spend. The best way to spend it is on things like trading cards and collectibles, in my opinion, because that money stays there. It doesn't depreciate. It doesn't evaporate like if you buy clothes and then you wear a t-shirt a few times and then the money's burned. The value stays in that card, and you can display it, you can view it, you can trade it, you can whatever. Trading cards is a play, and you should definitely look into it as part of your overall portfolio. You should have crypto, you should have stocks, you should have trading cards, have collectibles, have exposure to property. To build real wealth, you should be diverse. You shouldn't be all in on stocks, because when the stock market crashes, what's going to happen then? When AI takes over the stock market, what's going to happen then? You shouldn't be all in on crypto, you shouldn't be all in on real estate. You should be diverse. That is the best way to make wealth and have some enjoyment with your wealth. You get people who buy the NASDAQ, invest, they make 6% a year. There's no enjoyment in that. For me, the wealth building that I like is enjoyable wealth building. If I can have a $12,000 Lionel Messi card, hold it for the next 5 years and make 500%, that's better for me than holding the NASDAQ for 5 years and making whatever percent. It's building wealth in an enjoyable way, and that's the way I like to do things. I also like to make money in enjoyable ways, and that's not for everybody. People like maybe the kind of boring way, or just doing something to make money specifically. I like to be aligned in my investing, aligned in the ways I make money. And it's the same in crypto. Like, I'm a big crypto investor. The main crypto that I buy is Swissborg, which is a wealth management app, and I use that app every day. Like, I'm very aligned with that crypto. So yeah, consider investing in things like trading cards and collectibles, and they can hit peaks. When I bought Pokemon in 2021, 6 months after that, they crashed when the crypto market crashed. And was I bothered? No, because I liked them and I just kept them, and I've still got them now. Just understand that you have these rallies and crashes, and that's it. Like, if the price of Messi cards crashes tomorrow, why would that ever happen? Will I be angry? No, because I bought it because I liked it, and it holds value. So yeah, I would consider it if I was you. That's all. See you in the next one.